You know, it's amazing how hard-working, smart-working people have all the luck. An overnight success. But if you've ever watched an interview with some of these folks, you'll probably hear that their overnight success took several years. Diligence is the mother of good luck. Happiness doesn't come from big pieces of great success, but from small advantages hammered out day by day. We must be happy with what we've got when we're in pursuit of what we want. Too often we say, I'll be happy when I just have more money. Oh, I'll be happy when I just get that promotion. You won't be any happier when you reach your goals than you are right now. Abraham Lincoln said it best. He said, you'll be as happy as you make up your mind to be. Being happy on the way doesn't mean you can't aim for great things. It means that big achievements come one small advantage at a time. It means that you must enjoy and take pride in your little accomplishments. Every day, every single day. Success is a pleasure. If what you are doing today isn't satisfying, gratifying, guess what? You're really not successful. It doesn't matter how many worldly possessions you may have, how many cars, how many toys. If you're not happy with your life as it is, you cannot be successful. To a school kid, success may mean a star on top of his latest test. To an outside professional, it's most likely the thrill of closing a major contract. But the one thing you will hear from everyone who is successful is that they are happy with who they are and what they are doing. Success is a pleasure. What have you done today that makes this day successful? If at the end of the day you can jot down the things that have made it a good day, you will soon see patterns forming. When you can see a pattern of pleasure, you'll know you're on the road to success. Success is measured through pleasure. You've got to be happy along the way. Good job, you need to tell yourself. I'm proud of me today. You've got to learn to enjoy the process. William James described success as a combination of two things. An inner ideal which is followed persistently with courage. I take that to mean defining a goal and having the resolve to complete it. Promise yourself you'll read the books until your skills change. Go to the seminars until you get a handle on it. Practice it until you've got it right. Step by step, piece by piece, book by book, do it until. Don't miss the chance to grow, to pay the price, until you learn. You'll discover some of life's great treasures when you pay that price. Go for it. And number 2, outer achievement related to that ideal. But what Dr. James realized was that the first part is indeed more important than the second. As long as you're working toward your inner goal, your dream, then success is possible. Now, maybe the person who's been working on a project for 10 years can be successful in his own right, if he's honestly working toward it, really happy with where he is, doing it until, going for small accomplishments along the way for however long it takes. You'll start to see things change around you, little things, not major things. If you're one of those who'd rather stay up late and get up late, and you roll out of bed cursing the alarm clock every morning, maybe you could start with the little change of going to bed half an hour earlier than normal. Maybe you'll find out that you jump out of bed in a better mood, and that you'll get more done. It all starts by making one little change. You see, you can't change what's going on around you without first changing what's going on within you. When you start changing how you think, how you act, how you treat yourself, when you start responding instead of reacting to life, life will start responding to you. You cannot believe what can happen in such a short period of time. You don't have to worry about the winds that will most certainly blow around you, the obstacles. You don't have to worry about what other people will say. Those winds may blow fast and furious, but if you know your path, they will help push you toward the dreams and treasures that you have already decided you're going after. There are some amazing people around that we can learn from today, people who have already braved the storms and come out on top, people who started with nothing and ended up with something great. People who turned their focused dreams into the reality of success. Stories of success are all around us. Take the time to talk to these people or read their stories. You might find out that they have already traveled the path you are now on. Many of these people have written books on their journeys. These books tell the stories and give the secrets that we can all learn from. Let's say you want to go away to a place you've never been before. Wouldn't you want to find someone who had been there? What's the best way to get there? The safest route? What do I need to bring to be totally prepared? What dangers do I need to avoid? It's the same thing with life. By listening to those who are farther along in the journey you are interested in taking, you just might pick up something that will make your journey that much better. They can provide that extra push you've been looking for. They've been there. Their knowledge is valuable.
Now, most of us want to believe that we're independent, that if we set our minds to do something, simply it can get done. Unless you look to others, you can work twice as hard to get half as much.
Ask for help, not because you're weak, but you want to remain strong. And ask for help and don't stop until you get it. And so I started talking to other people who had gone through my experience, and we became support for each other.
There is no self-made man. There is nothing wrong with asking for what you want.
And I started doing research, trying to find out what are the things that I need to do. I started reading everything I could. I started asking people questions, people who had already gone through it. I talked to everybody. I researched. I became actively involved in the process.
You've just got to be a good student and gather the material and the books as you go along. Even on my farm now, I've built a library for 2,000 books on the farm. I got to have a library, got to be surrounded by the books, the books that made me healthy and the books that made me wealthy and the books that refined my philosophy. Just start, and then just keep adding to it. You just start, and then you just do your own research. Bread for the head, full range in your library.
What stops people from becoming successful is you look at your end goal and you see how far you are from it, and then a year later you realize you're still not there, then you get frustrated.
This is the problem. To those of you that are building and believing and really feel the pull of destiny, you need to be patient with the process and not enthralled with the promise.
This is when many people give up on their dreams. They were anointed, but because they wouldn't go through the preparation process, they never saw the appointing come. God knows what's in your future. He knows what it's going to take to keep you there.
Success is not how far you've gotten. Success is how far you've gotten from where you started. Success is a process. It's an arduous process. I'm still in the process. Set your goals, but understand it takes a long time to make a lot of money. You hear me, man? Quit looking at Instagram. Instagram is people's highlight reel. That ain't really how the they look. Don't get caught up in none of that. Get your grind on, hustle. Put your head down. Quit looking up. Get your head down and hustle. Dreaming is one thing. Goals is putting work clothes on your dreams. You got to hustle, man. You got to talk to God every day. If you ain't talking to God, you're making this thing way harder than it's got to be. You don't put God in this thing, you're going to be wandering around for a long time trying to figure it out.
We all have dreams God's placed in our heart, goals we want to accomplish, but too often we get discouraged by the process. We think, this couldn't be right, I'm uncomfortable. Everything you go through, every struggle, every disappointment, every delay, that's depositing something in you. It's making you stronger, it's growing you up. It's up to us to pass these tests. You may not understand why it's taken so long, why you're in a lonely season, a discouraged season, a stagnant season. God wouldn't have allowed it if it wasn't part of the process. Keep passing the test. Keep doing the right thing, then your time is coming. Don't get discouraged thinking that you're falling behind. Joel, I've been doing the right thing for a long time. My friends, my colleagues, they've all passed me up. When your anointing catches up with your appointing, supernatural things will happen. Supernatural growth. God knows how to make up for lost time. He can propel you where you could not go on your own. Where you are doesn't limit what God can do. When it's your time, get ready to be propelled. Get ready for doors to open that you could not open. Don't quit being your best because you're not where you thought you would be. Keep doing the right thing. Your appointing is coming. At some point, you're going to come to the place where God says, all right, you're prepared. You've done your part. Now let me do my part. Let me propel you into your purpose. It should have taken years, but God propelled you, and it happened in a fraction of the time.
Now, how do you hang in there during the hard, difficult times, Les? You must have faith. You got to have faith, and that faith gives you patience. That it's not going to happen as quickly as you want it to happen. In the Far East, they have something that's called the Chinese bamboo tree. When they go through a process of growing it, they have to water and fertilize the ground where it is every day. And it doesn't break through the ground until the 5th year. But once it breaks through the ground, within 5 weeks, it grows 90 feet tall.
Without the years of underground growth, there wouldn't be any above ground growth.
And I can see people coming out talking to a guy out there watering and fertilizing the ground that's not showing anything. So how long you been working on this? And you have nothing to show. This is all you got to show. And some people, ladies and gentlemen, they stop. They stop. Oh, no. You got to keep on watering your dream.
Give it some time. Give it some water. Give it some focus. Until you can clap for the seedling, you will never see the tree. Until you learn how to appreciate where you are in the process, you won't get the power to evolve to your ultimate destiny.
You may not see anything happening. You don't think you're making progress, but what you can't see is on the inside, your roots are going down deep. But without those years of developing our character, proving to God we'll be faithful, we won't see the increase and promotion like we should.
So you need to take your eye off of the tree and water what you got now.
If He took you before you were ready, you wouldn't be able to handle it. As much as we would like it to happen sooner, it wouldn't be a blessing, it would become a curse.
My prayer has always been, Lord, don't give me more than I can handle. Teach me patience with the process. I learned that the race is not given to the swift, but to him that endureth to the end. I learned that speed for a moment doesn't really mean progress. I learned that when you get in a curve, you got to slow down, go through the process. God has ordered steps.
You may be doing something that seems insignificant. You know you have much more in you, but don't despise the day of small beginnings. If you complain, you'll get stuck. It was never supposed to be permanent. It's just a step along the way. How we respond in the wilderness will determine whether or not we make it into our promised land. You've been anointed. My question is, will you go through the process so you see your appointing come? Just because you don't see anything happening doesn't mean God is not working. Don't run away from the process. The process is not working against you, it's working for you. It's getting you prepared.
When you're working at your dream, somebody said the harder the battle, the sweeter the victory. See, what you become in the process is more important than the dream. You get up in the morning, you look yourself in the mirror, you're a different kind of person. You walk with a different kind of spirit. You knew it was hard, but you did it hard.
Don't let disappointments talk you out of it. Don't let delays convince you it's not going to happen. You've come too far to stop now. It's always the most uncomfortable right before that baby comes. Keep your joy in tough times. When life throws you a curve, remind yourself it's only temporary. Don't fall into self-pity. Keep looking forward. The joy is coming. The breakthrough is on the way.